You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur's Enigma podcast. I am your host as always, Seth, with Goldstein Media and Podcast Mastery. Today I have a buddy of mine, Jason Willis-Lee, who hails from Madrid, Spain. He's a Brit, but he's an expat Brit, living in Spain with his family. Jason is a seasoned Spanish and French to English medical translator. That's a mouthful right there. With 25 years of experience specializing in clinical trials, medical reports, and academic research. He has built a sustainable career rooted in precision and effective communication. Alongside his deep translation experience, Jason is passionate about coaching and mentoring industry colleagues, empowering translators, especially now, and copywriters to refine their craft. In this crazy AI-centric weird world that we live in that is upending everything right now. So whether through his one-on-one mentorship or tailored strategies within his online community, we're going to talk about that. Jason focuses on helping peers achieve professional growth and long-term success. And it is almost summer there in Madrid. And we were just talking about right before we hit record that it's either hot or cold there. But he has one day today where it's actually decent. So after this call, he's going to go out for a stroll, right? Or he's been out for a stroll. I forgot. It's afternoon for you. It's 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Central European time, it's like 1500.
Yeah, it's 1536, Seth. Yeah, I've already been out for my stroll. I do a couple of strolls a day. I like to oxygenate my brain. And it's two seasons here. It's hot or cold. And now it's
except for you get to in between for a day. So go for it.
Yeah,
go for it as fast as possible.
Exactly.
So how are you doing in this crazy world of AI right now? Because if you're not, translation, AI used to really suck at it. I mean, it was really bad. Unfortunately, it's getting a little better.
Yeah, that's such a good question, Seth. So I'm pivoting from medical translation to linguistic validation, which is multilingual clinical trials. So I'm trying to get into this new niche, which is less AI sensitive. So there's something called cognitive debriefing, which is where you're in a clinical trial and I interview you as the consultant. You tell me, did you understand the instrument? And we get that data kind of all laid down.
Holistic more.
And it's less AI-centric, So I'm looking for niches. I still translate, but it's a lot of AI-supervised machine output and
so you're more like doing
kind of
the AI. You're more like letting AI do it and then saying how off was it and checking it. So you're like the human. You're like the human in the loop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more hybrid these days, so it's more human supervised. It's got to be P2P, stay human. It's like putting a cap on saying,
you kind of have
stay human, return
AI.
to real.
Yeah.
Return to real. Those are the watchwords, the buzzwords now, I think, Seth. So, yeah, I'm trying to pivot my time for money business into LV, linguistic validation. Wow. I do a bit of consulting, as you know. As you said, I do some one-to-one consulting. I work with a couple of big companies, Multi-6, Multi-7, which is pretty cool. And that's just...
Pays the bills. It makes it so you can live in Madrid.
Pays the bills. It pays, I live in the center of Madrid. I think you know Madrid because you've been here yourself. So I'm just hanging out. I'm just trying to survive. I'll be 51 in a couple of months' time. So it's kind of
You're still young. You're still young. You can still pivot.
I'm still young. It's I've got a friend. His dad says I'm in the slot. It's in the slot. It depends which slot you're in.
So I've got to go for your strolls. I mean, if you're going for your strolls, you're staying healthy. Then the 51 is. I hear the 50s are better than the 40s. I hear 30s are great. 20s you don't know what the hell you're doing. 30s are like. You raise your family, craziness, all that stuff. 40s, everything breaks. Like knees hurt, everything breaks. 50, you figure out what breaks and how to fix it. Then you're living your best life. 50s and 60s are great. 70s are just like, all right, I want to relax.
Yeah, 50 is like the new 40, right? So I hit
It
50
is.
last July, and yeah,
Congratulations.
I've got to keep going. Got to keep going another 5, 10, 15 years. I'm a bit older than you, I think. So
Yeah.
let's see what's going down. Let's see what happens.
So have you been on your own this whole time, or did you work in the corporate corporate world? You can't call it corporate America
I
because
was
you're not in America.
working corporate until I was 30. I haven't worked for anyone, Seth, since I was 30. So 21 years working for myself,
Congratulations.
self-employed. Pretty cool, right?
It's pretty wild.
So,
and they won't take you back
do.
now. They won't take you back now.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be really tough to take someone back like me because I've been doing whatever I like for the last 21 years.
Yeah.
I like working for myself. I like running my own little business, small business, mid 5 figures, that kind of thing.
Not bad.
And just hanging out. And, I have suppliers. I have a virtual assistant who works out of the Philippines, and she's really cool.
Oh, that's
and I
so
get to
great
look
there.
really good.
I love how every region has its own kind of niche of industry that they're really good at, and the Philippines is like where you go, especially for East Coast America, because they're exactly 12 hours difference for us.
Right.
So
right,
for
exactly.
us, they'll just work in the evenings when we're working in the daytime, and then the flip.
That's it.
Whereas for
Yeah,
you guys,
she's
it's a little,
like
isn't it a
7
little bit
hours.
off for you.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's late when I do online training, she kind of, there's a bit of argy-bargy because, that's very late for her. So I have it on at 3 my time, 3, 4 my time, and that's maybe 11 o'clock her time,
That's
10,
not
11.
terrible, yeah.
So I try and get her on and, I need an extra pair of hands on the trainings, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
And, the Philippines, I'm half Asian. My mother was from Sri Lanka, so I'm used to being in Asia and, I've that part of the world. I've never been to the Philippines, but my assistant lives there and she's incredible.
Yeah.
So I look really good because of her. I think virtual assistants for people
it's
like
great
us,
to have them, yeah.
it's incredible. So she does all the podcast editing and, a lot of my slide decks, and she does my forms and
So
all
you
the
can go for
back-end
your
stuff.
strolls and stay healthy.
So I can, right? So I get to do my stroll, right?
To do a stroll. So 20 years and you've been on your own. What was it like?
Yeah, 21.
What compared to corporate? What do you like most about being an entrepreneur?
Oh, the freedom
To go on your strolls.
timetabling. Yeah, my morning stroll is my morning stroll is usually about 10:30. Seth, I start about 8:30. 2 hours in, I'm doing my stroll. I might do a coffee or a breakfast. I look at my phone, do a bit of texting, and then
You
come
do
back.
siestas because you're not a. I mean, you're Spaniard by transplant, but you're
I'm a
Brit.
sort of adopted Spaniard, yeah. I do a little bit of a slowdown about sort of in, maybe in an hour's time. I just do a very light hour of less brain-intensive work after lunch,
Yeah.
so I've just had my lunch. This is my first call after lunch.
Oh, thank you.
A siesta is a bit of a stereotype. I don't think everyone
I
does
always
a
wondered. I
siesta.
know Barcelona, they slow down. When I was in
Yeah,
Barcelona, they slow down a lot.
Barcelona,
things
you've
closed.
got the sea. You've got everything in Madrid plus the sea. It's a lot more humid because of the sea there. I love Barcelona. It's like Madrid with the sea. I like the Barceloneta beach and the Ramblas and that kind of area. So, it's just 2.5 hours door to door. I've got the
That's not
station
bad.
up the road.
It's like a day
2.5
trip.
hours.
It's a day trip.
Because it's a high-speed train, right? It goes at about...
Hey, you guys have rub that in. Rub that in. U.S.
We
doesn't
have
get
high-speed
train.
train.
We're gonna take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show. We don't do trains here. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, well, your Amtrak, I don't think goes as fast as our high
No, they're
velocity.
speeding up. Our Amtrak are speeding up, but but the infrastructure's not there. Like, if you look at the rail network, we're going off base. We're going off. Who cares? We'll go this way too. But if you look at the rail networks in Europe and in the train lines versus the U.S., the U.S. looks like it's a third. Honestly, looks like it's a seventh world country. Because India's rail network is amazing. Compared to what we
Japan,
have.
you've got the bullet trains in Japan as well.
Yeah.
But the network has to be maintained, Seth. We had an accident down in Andalusia recently, and that was because of the part of the track had just derailed the train. The part of the track was not soldered properly. And that's a maintenance problem, and it just so happened
hot
another
and cold
train.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, so there was an accident which sadly was fatal, and that's so you can't build the infrastructure out unless you're maintaining the rail, right? So that's kind of what happened there.
Exactly. So let's talk about AI. So, much to your chagrin, AI has come and it's here. But how are you teaching your clients, your students, your colleagues to adapt to AI versus run for the hills?
So I have a little framework called the Bridge, Seth, and the E of the Bridge is use AI for efficiency. So it's personal branding, P2P relationships, then it's impact content, data metrics, business growth through expertise, and the E is for efficiency. So I teach people to leverage AI for efficiency, work faster, so your billable hour can actually go up. So you don't think AI is taking all my work. You think I can do my work faster with AI. That's the sort of mindset switch. And I use it, and I use it to do most of the heavy lifting, and I just supervise the work. So I teach the Bridge, which is a framework, and frameworks are pretty good for coaching and consulting because people like things to be named. So he's the guy who teaches the Bridge, and it's personal branding, blah blah blah, efficient use of AI. So I like using frameworks. My mentor just has a book out. It's called Framework Thinking by Susanna Ray. It's a great book. I think she launched it last week, I think.
Yeah.
So I like frameworks.
And you have your book right
I've
behind
got
you.
a book
Watching the
myself.
video, you have your book right behind you. How to find more direct clients.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Because my we either have agency clients or direct clients, Seth. So most people want direct clients and go P2P, direct, person to person. So I teach basically building authority through a framework and building business assets. So that's one of two things. We're either
assets are underrated.
When I'm coaching, it's basically build your assets, a business profile, a lead magnet, a website. All of these things are assets that are doing the work for you. And then building your authority through a framework. And that's what I do one-to-one. And I love working with people one-to-one. A lot of people I work with have a bit of anxiety and they haven't posted online and they fear, what are people going to think? And, you've got to, successful people are never thinking, what are people going to think if I post?
No, you got to get your head out of your backside a lot of times.
Exactly.
Kind of get ahead of things to be more eloquent about it. You have to kind of get your head out of the weeds and kind of just don't overthink things. It's kind of the
you don't want to overthink, and you don't want to be worried about what people are going to think. The price of success in a way is hatred. You're going to get some people who don't like you, and that's just jealousy is a human emotion. I've had a bit of that. Maybe you have as well.
Yeah.
That's just human emotion, and you need to just roll with that and just keep going. The only way to fail is if you stop trying, and most people don't even try. So you just have to get out. That's the worst kind of
failure. Because honestly, if you think about it, failing fast, trying something that didn't work, adjust, and keep going. And so because I think there's a difference between failing and failure. Failure is giving up, whereas failing is just it's time for a pivot.
Yeah, and entrepreneurship is iterating one thing after. I'm constantly doing things differently and working, this didn't work, let's do this differently. And you just pivot and change something. That's what entrepreneurship is, isn't it? It's kind of trial and error and just trying stuff out. So
and having
that's
a very
what we're doing.
patient spouse.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, a very patient spouse. My spouse she's been very, very patient with me over the past 18 years. So
I have a spouse as well. I'm not sure I'd say she's as patient as yours. Maybe they need to just talk to each other and learn about it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
fire
under
helpful.
You too, because they're kind of like if they're not as patient, they're like, "Come on, we gotta get money in the bank. Come on." All right,
we were actually launching things at the same time. She launched a rental flat and renting rooms, so she had some success.
So she's an entrepreneur too. Oh boy.
Well, she's part entrepreneur. Yeah, she's a professional landlady, so she rents rooms, a flat just south of Santander, about 400 kilometers north of our location. And she rents the rooms, which is a higher rental yield than if you do it as an indivisible whole to one family. You can get twice the amount of yield. Obviously, there's a higher rotation, people coming and going.
Yeah,
but that's the way to do it. So I was doing my thing, the consulting, and she was doing her thing. So we were kind of, entrepreneuring at the same time. Yeah, we were hustling together, and that was quite challenging. We had a challenging period there as we were just coming out of that period.
Doing your thing and trying to figure stuff out and not step on each other's toes and all that stuff. Yeah, I get that.
Exactly.
My wife works for a chiropractor, so she's an office manager, so she's able to have a steady income. Whereas as an entrepreneur, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down.
Right.
I always joke that I have the worst kind of sales job because it is ultimate amount of commission. There's no draw. There's no backbone to it. It's like what you bring in is what you eat, essentially. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So she's the steady income and you're the variable. So that's the same as me. She's the steady income because she has a day job.
Yeah.
And the rental flat is pretty steady. And then I'm sort of, up and down as well.
Hustling.
I'm hustling all the time. So, we kind of meet in the middle. So that's kind of a good partnership if it works.
It is,
That's pretty good.
So what keeps you up at night, as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess the next deadline is something I'm always sort of got the projects in my head, the deadline, and just producing a positive outcome for my clients, Seth. I like this feeling that I like to undercommit and overdeliver. I always say to my clients, undercommit, overdeliver. I always try and give them more value than what they think. Yeah, makes them come back, right? Yeah. So I think I'm quite client conscious. I'm always thinking about my clients. How can I do things better? How can I give them more value? Especially the consulting, because that's kind of an outcomes based selling. You're selling outcomes. You're not selling your time. Yeah. You're selling. Well, we did this. Yeah, I've just worked on a presentation of a poster for a thing at Harvard. My client was presenting at Harvard, and he was looking for investors and angel capital, and so that was quite highbrow. And he's texting me sometimes on the weekends, and he's quite demanding. But we got a great outcome for him, and he was happy at the
client.
end.
Yeah,
he said he was over prepared. Yeah, he thanked me for all my support and said,
"Feeling to have." Oh my god!
So I really I said straight away. So about that building, can I send you the bill for this? Just when he was happy, I said, "Can I send you my bill?" He said, "Sure, send it."
Like, "Oh, send it, please." Because when people I find that when the clients are happy, they're like, "I'm gonna pay you." Absolutely, this is well worth it. When they're ticked, not quite as.
I'm always on tenterhooks when I say, "Can I send you the bill?" I knew he was happy, but I'm still sort of on tenterhooks. I just want to. You get that when you say, "Can you pay me?" But I think that's an important thing. We're working with money, right?
Absolutely, you don't have to work for free.
So,
absolutely,
exactly. So that was an interesting project we did. That's just completed a couple of weeks on that, and there's other stuff going on. So I can't complain. It's been pretty busy since I last spoke to you, Seth.
That's awesome. So what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time?
Oh, okay. You mean a physical thing?
You want to get, yeah.
Okay, so I think just being honest and doing your best, just putting your best into it, right? I always like to feel that I'm stretching myself and I'm putting my best into things. I don't like to feel mediocrity. I despise mediocrity.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of mediocrity. I've even seen mediocrity in institutional mediocrity.
Yeah.
And I think that's entrepreneurs are not mediocre people. They think outside the box. They think about outcomes. They think about investing and getting a return. That's the kind of entrepreneurial mindset. So I think, just staying honest and, staying on the straight and narrow and trying to squeeze the very best out of myself. And that's,
love that.
Yeah, that's enough. That's probably what I carry with me. Yeah, I like to think I'm a high performer, getting results. I can certainly do better on certain things. The book I launched, I think I could do a better version. Yeah, there's always things you can improve, right? It's never perfect. So, but if you're too much of a perfectionist as an entrepreneur, I think that's not good. You just want to get things out there, just ship stuff and then just reiterate it, iterate the versions, and then just get it better, right?
Love it, my friend. So people can find you over at the entrepreneurialtranslator.com. Of course, you're on LinkedIn because we're all on LinkedIn for better or for worse. And also, there's a in the links on the show notes. There's a training for translators link. Click on that, and I found more about his training. It's been fun, buddy.
That was so good. Yeah, I'm at the Entrepreneurial Translator. Come and say hi to me on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. Most of my community.
He's a very friendly Brit.
I am. I'm a friendly Brit, and I'm an expat Brit in Spain. If you want to come out to Spain as an American, I'm your guy. I'm the local guy. I'll happily show you around if you come around here, Seth.
And his wife can get you a flat. So there you go.
And she can get you a flat, absolutely. She's very clued up on the accommodation scene.
Love it, my friend. And we'll see everyone next week.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneur's Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneur's Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.